Let's listen in. Let's listen in. They've just dispersed tear gas, trying to stop this crowd from coming closer to the school.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another raw and unfiltered take of what's really going on in our country. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is where we break it all down. No sugarcoating, no BS, just the truth about the struggles we're facing as a nation. Today we're diving deep into the chaos unfolding at Addington Primary School in Durban. You've seen the headlines, you've heard the whispers, but now it's time to see the reality for yourselves. Our schools are under siege, our kids are being sidelined, and our people are fed up. Stick around because we're about to unpack this mess step by step. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Let's get into it.
Mfundo, and very disturbing visuals here now. Some of the learners want to leave school, and foreign national parents are trying to get their learners. Many of the learners are, it's actually very sad to see that these kids are traumatized by not only the police presence, but also what is transpiring outside the school. And the civic organizations here are literally saying that they want to count all the foreign national learners that are walking out of the school, and they also want to see for themselves how many South African learners are going to be coming out. So they're not leaving here. The leaders of the civic organizations March as well as Ngobese-Zuma and Operation Dudula have pleaded with this crowd to please allow the learners out of the school. Police are trying to curb some of the civic organizations from going inside the school, whilst protecting the parents and the learners that are coming out. A very disturbing scenes here at the moment. I'm going to see if we can't try and get a bit closer look. Police have their hands full in trying to ensure the safety of the learners, and I think that's the most important part of this. But I can only imagine, because just looking at those little faces, some of the kids that are coming out are extremely traumatized by what they are witnessing as they leave the school premises. And throughout the course of this morning, Mfundo, we've been speaking to civic organizations about the demonstration outside the school, about the allegations that they have with regards to the occupancy of the school. They're saying that there's a 90% occupancy of foreign nationals compared to, it seems that there's some drama just down the road. If Japan can just run with me, I think they are clashing. Well, it seems that the foreign nationals are being chased away. Okay, stones are now being thrown to some of those parents that are coming to fetch the learners. Police have now dispersed a water tank to try and break up the crowd. Let's just get closer, Japan. Let's get closer. And they've really had their hands full, Nomfundo, in trying to keep these two groups from clashing. More police were deployed this morning. We saw them in full force out in their numbers to try and ensure the safety of these learners as they come out of the gates. But there seems to be these clashes every now and again. What I can tell you is that the entire road has also been cordoned off. We have police officers on the ground in every single street, ensuring that parents that are coming to fetch their learners come by foot, and also ensuring that the crowds are handled and maintained. I'm just going to try and see if we can move from here. If Japan can just walk with me. And these are the scenes that we've been seeing throughout the course of the day, Nomfundo, as well as last week, where parents of foreign nationals have been stationed outside the school, police visibility, ensuring that they do not clash. And this has been transpiring since the school start. I do see that they're trying to... I do see, that they are trying to just move this group away for the sake of the children. Have now opened up a second gate for parents to try and get their children.
Jade, as we watch these live developments on our screen and police ensuring that it is safe for parents to come and fetch their children at this tense stage, how did things spiral out of control? Talk to us a little bit about how we are now seeing these visuals playing out on our screen.
So what happened, is that last week disgruntled parents came to the school saying that they could not find placement for their learners. One father that we spoke to said he'd been trying for an entire year to find a place for his child. The child was coming from the Eastern Cape, and every single time he was turned away. He had all the documentation, he applied on time, but he couldn't understand. Japan, if you cannot show the learners' faces, please. He couldn't understand why his child was being turned away, and this group grew in numbers, and more parents were coming out and saying that they're having the same challenge, that they are applying on time, they don't understand why their kids are not getting accepted into Addington Primary School. And then I suppose these parents started speaking amongst themselves, and they realized that there were foreign national learners, children who were being accepted into the school, and that's where we see ourselves today. There were also allegations that there's a 90% occupancy rate of the school. We did speak to the ANC this morning. Unfortunately, the MEC of Education is in Gauteng at that Lakotla, and we saw Simongengseni Ndlomo, one of the PTT members, coming down to the school and speaking to us and saying to us that these allegations that there are more foreign nationals in Addington Primary School than there are South Africans is not true. The school has a capacity of 1,500 learners, and of that 1,500 learners, 500 are foreign nationals, and only 12 were undocumented. And civic organizations such as March and March, Ngobese-Zuma and Operation Dudula have disputed these claims. They're saying that this is not the case, that there are more foreign nationals at Addington Primary School than there are South Africans. And this is where all of this drama is emanating from, and this is why we have seen such violent demonstrations, such violent protests and clashes between foreign national parents and South Africans. It has been peaceful throughout the course of the day, but now that school has broke, and the parents want to come and fetch their children, there has been these clashes that are taking place. It seems to be peaceful now. Police are on the ground, Umpo, as you can see on your screens right now, monitoring the situation, allowing a passageway for learners to come out of the school. This has been a second gate as well that's been opened to allow the flow of movement, and civic organization leaders have also moved the crowd on the opposite side of the road, who are now standing and just waiting.
Jade, as we watch these visuals playing out on our screen, and the parents rushing in to try and ensure that their children are safe, what are the chances that...
there seems to be more clashes happening. There seems to be more clashes happening down at the end of the road. We're going to try and see if we can't get there. Early on we saw rocks being flung. I see there's a clash between at the bottom of the road there. Just bear with us, viewers, as we try and make our way closer. Police are breaking up that crowd. Let's listen in. Let's listen in. Being arrested. It seems one of the South African men went running after a foreign national. Police have just pulled him from that clash and are now taking him back up to where everyone is congregated. We're not yet sure if this man is going to be arrested for inciting violence. It seems the man is being led inside the school where police vans have been I'm going to try and see if we can't speak to some of the controversies we're organizers. Sir, you are live on SABC News. Just to speak to us about these clashes. I know that you have had your hands full. You've been trying to keep it peaceful. If you can just speak to us about what's currently transpiring out at Addington.
Thank you for your time. Right now, people, as you see, that they are angry about this situation. But I did speak to Hlomoga via WhatsApp. I think he's in a meeting. He did send some senior members from education to try and solve these issues. But the problem is they're saying they can't talk to us because they're not giving the directive to say something to us. So this commotion now that you are seeing right now, people, foreigners are coming to fetch their children. So that's why now you see this commotion, because people now, you can see what are they doing. So that's a story.
We do know that the MEC of Education is at the Lekotla in Johannesburg. Is the anger emanating from the fact that there hasn't been any authority on the ground to speak to these groups?
We've got a guy, as I've said, there's a guy who called Mr. Mathambi. Yeah, he's been sent here. But Mr. Hlomoga is not communicating direct to him, but he can communicate with me. So the guy is waiting for the directive from the seniors to tell him what he must do about this situation. These people need a meeting to sit down. But right now, I also did call the office of the Premier, Mr. Nduli, to come here right now to listen to the South African people, because this is a mess that we are seeing here. We've got 600 kids we had, but Mr. Mathambi said the stat is saying South African children are 1,000. But last week we heard that the foreigners' children are more than 600. So we want to balance those numbers to see who's telling us the truth, who's not telling us the truth. So that's the situation right now. So I'm busy trying to calm the situation down, guys. because it's getting out of hand.
So your name and surname?
It's Mr. Tele.
Mr. Tlele, thank you so much for speaking to us. Police have just dispersed. Let's just move, Japan. Let's just move. Mr. Tlele is speaking to us there, Mpo. I think let's go closer. Yeah, they're trying to disperse the crowds now. Police have just... Is that tear gas? No, it's not. They've just dispersed tear gas, trying to stop this crowd from coming closer to the school. The situation is becoming untenable, as you can see.
Hold on, guys.
And leadership of the organizations are trying to plead with this crowd to move away from the gates and allow parents to collect their children. As you heard him say there, that he's been in discussion with the MEC of Education, Sipho Tlhomoka, who is in Gauteng. Unfortunately, his spokesperson cannot speak to this crowd. That's Muzi Matlambi, who is the spokesperson of the Department of Education. And this group, very angry that they have not had a response from the Education Department on the outcomes of several meetings.
As those tensions build up, I suppose questions now loom over whether or not school will resume tomorrow.
But ngiyanibela ukuthi akenimeni akesekeni ukudidela akesekeni ukujabala njengamanje waiting for ama-officials azokhuluma nathi. We are waiting for those officials. I did call the premier office lakhe, so we're still waiting for a response yakhe. So can we wait, guys? I know ukuthi you are angry about this situation. Please, let's wait here. There is no need to throw stones. Asikho nje isidingo salokho, please. Can we do that, comrade? Asikho isidingo sokuthi kulimala umuntu la. Can we wait?
Immigration is ekubani
As you can see on your screens now, police have made a wall to protect learners and parents of our national descent as they come out, and civic organizations pleading with the crowd outside to wait.
So, now that you've seen it with your own eyes, the stones flying, the crowds surging, parents scrambling to grab their kids amid the tear gas and water cannons, let's break this down. What we're witnessing isn't some random outburst. It's the explosion of years of pent-up anger. South Africans are out there, voices raised, demanding to know why over 60 of our local children are left without seats while foreign nationals pack the classrooms. Look at the numbers that are being thrown around. While the education department swears that it's only 500 foreigners and just 12 undocumented. Who's lying? Who's covering up? Now, don't even get me started on the police. They're out there in force, forming walls to protect foreign national parents, blasting our own citizens with stun grenades and hoses, just so the school day can end peacefully. I understand the need to shield the kids. No one wants innocent children traumatized, staring wide-eyed at the chaos. That's the heartbreaking part. Those little faces shouldn't have to endure this. But ask yourself this, why are we even here? Because the government refuses to listen. Borders wide open like a welcome mat for illegals. No arrests, no deportations, and a constitution that's being weaponized against us, forcing us to accept this replacement of our people. We've applied on time, we've got the papers, yet our kids are being turned away. Protests have been raging since school opened weeks ago, and where's the accountability? This isn't xenophobia, it's survival. Operation Dudula, March and March, MK Party folks, they're not out there for fun. Leaders like Zandile Dabula and Jacinta Zuma are calling it out straight. Enforce the law, require passports, study visas and all the relevant documents, and put South Africans first. But the silence from the top is deafening. The Premier's office was reportedly called, but up until now, crickets. We thought he was patriotic, one of us, ready to stand for KZN. But ever since this thing started, nothing. And tomorrow, all eyes are going to be on the Zulu King's address. He said he's felt the disrespect too. He's felt that foreigners are flouting our laws, treating our land like their playground. If he really speaks up and has actionable plans, it could shift everything. Now let's analyze the bigger picture. This Addington drama is a symptom of a national disease. From Durban to Gauteng, schools are battlegrounds because the system prioritizes outsiders over us. Every revolution has collateral damage, and yes, it sucks that kids are caught up in this, but the blame lands squarely on the government's doorstep. They've ignored the calls for secure borders, fair placement, and real enforcement. So what are we supposed to do? Sit back and watch our future get erased? Hell no. We protest, we get radical, we demand change, because backing down means losing everything. In closing, South Africans, this is our wake-up call. Stand with the protesters, amplify their voices, join them in the streets, and pressure our leaders to act. Fix the borders, deport the illegals, and secure spots for our children and our futures. We won't accept this nonsense any longer. Watch the video on your left to see the Zulu King declaring war on illegal foreigners in KZN. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Until next time.